When the power goes out, it rarely starts with a bang. One moment, everything hums along as usual. The refrigerator gently hums, the air conditioner clicks on, and the streetlights glow. The next moment, silence. No lights, no hum you never realized you heard before. No Wi-Fi, no background noise of life. You step outside and realize it's not just your house, the entire neighborhood is dark. This is when the questions begin. How long will it last? And what happens next? This YouTube ad-free video is sponsored by EcoFlow. In this video, we're going to explore what a major grid failure in 2026 could mean, what the warning signs are already indicating, and what you can do now to keep your household safe and functional when the power goes out. If you're new to this channel, my name is Chris, and on this channel we discuss emergency preparedness, aka prepping. These videos are not about panic, they are about awareness and, more importantly, action. The more we understand what's coming, the calmer and more capable we become when it arrives. The silent crisis. America's power grid is one of the most complex systems ever built and one of the most fragile. It's also aging beyond its intended operational design. More than 70% of our transmission lines are past their intended lifespan. Some transformers have been in use since the 1960s, operating decades beyond what engineers ever planned. Maintenance backlogs grow each year as utilities juggle costs, labor shortages, and tariffs that have slowed down the replacement of imported parts. A single large transformer can take more than a year to replace, and thousands are already overdue. If even a handful failed at once, supply chains could not replace them quickly enough. Add to that the new layer of strain, extreme heat waves, stronger storms, and record electricity demand from electrical vehicles, hotter weather, and artificial intelligence data centers are pushing the grid far beyond what it was ever designed to handle. Cyber probing from hostile actors has also intensified. Utility companies report more than double the number of ransomware attempts compared to just a few years ago. The Department of Energy has issued repeated warnings that cyber attacks on grid systems have reached historic highs. And we've reached a moment where nearly every major stress, be it weather, digital threats, or energy demand, is beginning to converge. When the grid finally does buckle under that strain, it will not just mean the lights will flicker or the power goes out for a few hours. It will set off a chain reaction that cascades through every part of modern life. Power fails first, then water systems, food supply, communication, sanitation, and local security. Each domino falls faster than most realize. And every indicator says we're operating on borrowed time, and the warning lights are already flashing red. Power, the first domino. Power is the backbone of every other system. When it goes, modern life stops. Refrigerators, they warm within hours and food begins to spoil. Municipal and home well pumps quit. Hospitals have to rely on short-term generators. Gas stations cannot pump fuel. Stores can no longer sell you anything unless you have cash and they're willing to write down every transaction on paper. In past decades, outages lasted minutes. Now, multi-day blackouts are becoming far too normal. We saw that in Texas, where millions lost power during the freeze. In the Pacific Northwest, heat waves pushed the grid to its limit. In California, utilities now preemptively shut off power to prevent wildfire sparked by old transmission lines. And each event exposes how dependent we have become on an aging infrastructure that cannot meet growing demand. Yet most households have no plan at all. When your neighborhood goes dark, what you do in the first few hours determines how hard the next few days will be. So what can you do? You can build a simple tiered power plan. Each tier buys you more time and provides a lot more peace of mind. Level 1 is small-scale backup. You want to start with flashlights, headlamps, rechargeable batteries, and battery banks for phones or small devices. Keep them charged and test them monthly. Level 2 is portable solar backup. This is where you begin to sustain daily life. A portable solar generator with panels can power lights, fans, routers, and refrigerators on a rotating basis. These systems are silent, maintenance-free, and they recharge during daylight hours. Level 3 is whole home power. Combine solar panels with battery storage or a hybrid system to maintain essential appliances during longer outages. There are numerous options on the market for addressing this issue. When it comes to backup power, you need something that doesn't run for just a few hours. You need power that keeps working when everything else goes dark. That's where solar generators like those from EcoFlow come in. For smaller or portable needs, there's the Delta 3 Max Plus, a compact yet powerful 2 kilowatt-hour system delivering up to 3,000 watts of output. It's maintenance-free, silent, and can power 99% of essentials safely and quietly. And since it's solar-ready, you can keep it running indefinitely with panels. If you need more power but still want mobility, step up to the Delta Pro 3. With 4 kilowatt-hours capacity and expansion up to 48 kilowatt-hours, it can run major appliances, RVs, or even a central air conditioner. Wheels and a sturdy handle make it portable, yet strong enough for serious backup. And for whole home protection, there's a Delta Pro Ultra, EcoFlow's largest system built for extended outages. It can power everything from well pumps to HVAC and medical gear, giving you total home energy independence. This Black Friday, EcoFlow is offering their lowest prices of the year, up to 80% off plus an extra 5% with code PREPPING. Links are in the description and comment section below. Water, the second domino. When electricity fails, most people still expect the faucet to run. The truth is that water pressure often begins dropping within a few days of a widespread outage. Treatment plants, pump stations, and even private wells, they depend on power to move and purify millions of gallons. And once that power is gone, faucets slow to a trickle and toilets stop flushing. Even when the taps continue flowing, it doesn't mean the water is safe. After major storms, earthquakes, or blackouts, the systems that treat and protect municipal water can fail. Safeguards that prevent contaminated water from backflowing into the system, they can stop working, allowing bacteria, sewage, chemicals, or sediment to enter the supply. This often leads to water that may look clear but is unsafe to drink. The fix is simple but must be done in advance. Store, filter, and treat. Keep at least 2 weeks of clean water per person. That can be bottled water, 50-gallon drums, or stackable containers if you're limited on space. Add a gravity filter or ceramic system that works without power. And if you rely on a well, consider installing a manual hand pump or a solar pump as a backup. Have a way to boil or chemically treat water independently of the grid. A camp stove, solar oven, or small rocket stove lets you purify any questionable source. And if you can drink, cook, or clean when the grid goes down, your odds of staying calm and healthy, they rise dramatically. Food, the third domino. Food is a third domino to fall, and the 7-day problem most will face. Our grocery stores operate on razor-thin timelines. Most shelves would empty within days if trucks stopped rolling. Remove electricity from the equation and the chain breaks completely. Warehouses lose refrigeration, distribution centers go idle, trucks cannot refuel. No delivery company is going to send their trucks into a hazardous or blackout zone. Within 72 hours, perishable food starts to spoil. And once the grocery store freezers run out of backup power, most cannot legally sell you the food any longer. Within a week, grocery stores are stripped bare of all their supplies. And this is not theory. We've seen localized versions of it after every major storm and heat event of the past decade. The answer is to build food resilience in before it is needed. Start with ready-to-eat, no-cook meals that last months on the shelf, such as canned meats, vegetables, fruits, nut butters, and grains that can be soaked or even eaten cold. Then add a second layer of meals that can be cooked with minimal fuel on a camp stove, grill, or solar oven. A good rule of thumb is at least 2 to 3 weeks of food that requires little to no refrigeration to begin with. Practice one day each season without using electricity to test what works. A stock pantry is not hoarding. It is security that you can eat. A stock pantry and a means to cook are just good common sense in these times. Communication, the fourth domino. Communication is the fourth domino in this chain of events. When power fails, information disappears just as fast. Suddenly, the world goes eerily quiet. Most cell towers have 4 to 6 hours of backup battery, and after that, they go dark. If you've ever been frustrated by a lack of coverage or dead zones in your area, multiply that frustration by 1,000, and you're going to be close to what it will be like after 6 hours. It's more than just web pages that won't load on your computer or smartphone. Internet providers, they rely on the same grid power that you do. When communication networks collapse, people lose not only connection but coordination. You can't get updates, warnings, or check in on loved ones. You can't even find information on the extent of the outage, the cause, or the estimated time until it is repaired. The solution is simple redundancy. Keep a hand-cranked or battery-powered weather radio with NOAA frequencies. Have extra batteries on hand or a small solar charger for it. And for local communication, consider GMRS or ham radios. Even a basic handheld model keeps you linked when cell service fails. Keep a printed list of important numbers and a physical map of your area. It may sound old-fashioned, but when the world goes quiet, analog systems tend to work best. Sanitation and health, the fifth domino. Few people think about what happens when plumbing stops. Without water, toilets stop working, sewage backs up, sometimes into our drinking water supply, and trash piles up quickly. In every prolonged outage, sanitation becomes one of the first public health threats. You don't need elaborate gear to stay safe. A simple 5-gallon bucket toilet kit with liners, bleach, gloves, and soap handles, the essentials. Keep heavy-duty trash bags, disinfectant wipes, and a small hand-washing station. Add hand sanitizer for quick use. And as for the health side of this falling domino, if you take prescription medications, maintain at least a 30-day buffer. For anything that needs cold storage, keep a small cooler or battery-powered mini fridge as part of your plan. During Hurricane Ian and other extended blackouts, these simple preparations made all the difference. Good sanitation prevents a health problem from compounding a power problem. Security, the sixth domino. When the grid fails for longer periods, law enforcement response times often double. Streetlights go dark, alarm systems lose power, and under such conditions, most crime is opportunistic. Protecting yourself and your family is of utmost importance. Security starts with prevention, not confrontation. Keep solar or battery-powered motion lights on entry points and driveways, reinforce door frames and sliding doors with simple hardware upgrades. Coordinate with trusted neighbors for daily or nightly check-ins. And in most disasters, communities that communicate suffer less crime. Visible activities, shared radios or walkie-talkies, and neighborhood coordination, they discourage opportunistic theft before it even starts. And when power returns, your goal is to have lost nothing. No matter how bad or desperate the world gets outside of your zone, the goal is to lose no supplies, no safety, and no peace of mind. Security, it is proactive, not reactive. Calm preparation prevents desperate reactions. Layering defenses. Preparation is not about predicting which crisis hits next. It's about understanding the order of failure and building redundancy and margins before it even begins. Start with power. That supports water. Water supports food. Food supports health. Sanitation and health support security. And community and neighborhood security insulate you from any chaos that may stem from the larger failure of systems. Each layer makes the next one stronger. The grid's not going to get noticeably stronger in 2026, but you can. The steps that we've covered are straightforward. Secure a backup power option, store clean water, build a pantry that lasts, and keep simple tools for light, communication, and health. Every bit of resilience that you build today reduces fear tomorrow. The moment the lights go out, you will already know what to do. And if you'd like to explore further, I've linked to a couple of videos here on the side of the screen in the comments and description section below. First is how to power essential devices when the grid goes down, and then the 3 mistakes preppers make when storing water. Watch one of these videos next and start implementing these strategies today. The grid may be fragile, but your preparedness doesn't have to be. As always, stay safe out there.